Actually, na-disappoint ako kay Magalong. Yung hindi siya a-attend kasi ang laban daw ay nasa Congress. Walang laban dun! What they're doing in Congress, they're just trying to absolve themselves from all liability. Sir, with all due respect, it's not your call. Anong feeling ni Magalong he is bigger than the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee? Preferring the House of Representatives over the Senate. So, are you saying na yung ginagawa ng Senate, hindi yung totoong laban? So, that was a huge balls on the part of the Diskaya na ilabas yung kanilang sworn affidavit, yung kanilang sworn statement, and name drop everyone that they can name drop. And the battle for truth can be done anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the House of Representatives. It is not as if the House of Representatives is the bastion of truth. Ayaw nga nilang imbitahin si Saldico eh. Naikanta na ng Diskaya ang mga malalaking isda, useless na siya, sabi ni Audrey. Correct. So ngayon, paano pa yung pasabog ni Magalong? 'Di ba, nakinimkim niya ng ilang linggo. Ayun, and also it doesn't help na it doesn't help that you attended a rally, and in that rally, they are calling for Duterte panagutin. If Vico Sotto and Magalong are not going to listen to the Duterte supporters, they're going to lose support among the Duterte supporters. Maraming Duterte supporters ang reasonable. We can see people who are willing to stand for truth. And as time goes by, it looks like these people are just riding the flood control scam in order to gain some brownie points. Ngak-ngak lang ng ngak-ngak pero wala namang action. And now that the leadership in the Senate is changed and the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee leadership is also going to change, we expect the change in narrative. I expect na yung change in narrative na to, ito yung mga sasakyan ni Magalong at saka nila Vico Sotto. If they're going to talk about flood control project beyond 2022, alam na. Ang usap-usapan sa kaparangan is that there are two agenda in the change of leadership in the Senate. The first agenda is to revive, to archive the impeachment complaint of Inday Sara. And of course, the second agenda is to entertain the possible change in the Constitution by lowering the age of qualification ng those who wants to run as president. So that is basically, of course, because Yellow Pinks are not very brilliant in hiding their ambition. Of course, they wanted to open their options and probably make their possible candidate qualify for the 2028 presidential election. There were so many revelations. Talagang kitang-kita mo na nag-e-extract ng information ang Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, and I think we have to give it to the Diskayas, okay? Kasi it looks like na the Diskayas really feel na they have to push back. Alam mo yon? So that is why kumanta na sila. Nagdesisyon na sila na sasabihin lahat. Nakaka-grounded kasi ang dami-daming nangyari eh. Actually, John Suwing, si John Writer, he offered a really good POV on what is happening. I really agree with him. If you're going to step backward and try to look at the bigger picture, there are many positives in what is going on. I would just like to talk about Magalong not attending the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Ayun. Actually, na-disappoint ako kay Magalong kasi hindi ko maintindihan yung hindi siya a-attend kasi ang laban daw ay nasa Congress. Ba't napunta sa Congress yung laban? Walang laban dun. What they're doing in Congress, they're just trying to absolve themselves from all liability. The way the Infracom is handling the hearing, if you are watching it, kung sinusubaybayan nyo yung hearing sa si Toby Chanco hindi nila pinagsasalita eh. Diba? Hindi ko gets yung reasoning na hindi kasi nandun kasi ang laban, haharapin niya yung mga tao sa kaya hindi siya pupunta sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. Number one, it doesn't reflect well on Magalong. Kasi parang, sir, with all due respect, it's not your call to say na ang laban ay nandun sa House of Representatives. I would like to defer, I would like to refuse the invitation of kasi gusto niyang puntahan yung sa House of Representatives. Kasi parang for me, sir, it does not reflect good on you. Kasi yung ganyang klaseng attitude, overbearing yung dating sa akin sa totoo lang. Feeling ni Magalong he is bigger than the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. It doesn't really reflect on him well. And they are saying, yung mga supporters ni Magalong, they are all saying na kaya siya hindi pupunta sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing ay dahil pag nagsalita raw siya doon, baka makapaghanda yung House of Representatives. And really weird, no? Makapaghanda saan? O hindi handa sila, if your truth is not gonna change, all you need to do is stand by the truth. Diba? If you're confident with your truth, whether makapaghanda sila o hindi, if you can stand with your truth, bakit mo pa problemahin kung makapaghanda yung House of Representative about it or not? Isa lang naman yung truth, diba? Isa lang naman yung truth mo. Attorney Libayan mentioned na gusto ni Magalong i-name drop yung mga congressman face to face. It doesn't matter. You name drop them face to face or not. It's the same effect. In the first place, you owe the truth to the Filipino people and not to the congressmen. So, hindi ko talaga gets yung hindi kasi ang laban ay nandun sa House of Representatives. Ang laban po ay laban sa katotohanan. So, yung katotohanan, whether you do it in the House of Representatives or not, is the truth. Pag pinatawag ka, umattend ka. He lost his opportunity. And you know what? I think, dahil nagsalita ang mga Diskaya, nag-name drop ang mga Diskaya, ngayon, pag nagpunta siya at nag-name drop siya, kaharap yung mga congressman, nagawa na ng mga Diskaya eh. And take note ha, yung mga Diskaya, they name drop, executed an affidavit, pinangalanan nila lahat ng mga, in their personal knowledge, are involved in the systematic corruption in DPWH without talking about their security. Sabi ni Senator Marcoleta, kinontak niya ang DOJ about providing security sa mga Diskaya. Pero my impression is hindi pa siya settled. Sinabi lang na the DOJ will provide assistance in order to secure the family of the Diskaya. But it is not yet cast in stone. Kumbaga parang hindi pa nila na settle. Sinabi syempre ensure natin ang security nila and things like that, ganyan. Pero hindi pa siya talaga nabibigay. Well, at least that was my impression. Kumbaga parang hindi pa talaga na-extend yung security na yon. So that was a huge balls on the part of the Diskaya na ilabas yung kanilang sworn affidavit, yung kanilang sworn statement, and name drop everyone that they can name drop. Ngayon, sa part ni Mayor Magalong, kung nag-name drop din siya, kung umattend rin siya ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee at nag-name drop din siya doon, it would have been more impactful. Naliliitan po ba kayo sa investigation ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee? And the battle for truth can be done anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the House of Representatives. It is not as if the House of Representatives is the bastion of truth and yun yung parang kailangan nandun ka para magkaalaman ng katotohanan. Diba? Ayaw nga nilang imbitahin si Saldico eh. Masyado nang paimportante si Magalong. Kung gusto niya isuwalat, dapat nag-attend na siya invitation ng Senate. Si Toby nga, congressman, nagpunta sa Senate. True! Mas nakakaduda si Magalong ngayon na parang sa sarsuela lang nila kasama ang HOR. Wala siya sa Blue Ribbon kasi iba si Marcoleta, wala sa script. Correct! That is very, very important And that is also one of my points in congratulating Senator Marcoleta in handling the hearing today. It is the most explosive, the most inquisitive na hearing so far pagdating sa flood control project. Ito na kasi yung best shot natin sa totoo lang. Ito na yung best natin na pwedeng mag-conduct ng hearing kasi walang script. Kasi walang script si Marcoleta. At na-handle niya yung ibang mga senadori, lalo yung mga nag-e-epal-epal, na-handle niya ng maayos. And I think that's also the reason why they do not like Marcoleta to continue as chairperson ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Paano pa yung pasabog niya dyan? Magalong is delaying inquiry sa Senate. He knows that Lacson will take over the Blue Ribbon. He prefers to support his Mr. Lacson. And then if that's the case, it really puts some doubt doon sa intention ni Magalong. You're not really for truth. You are just here to bolster your political alliance with whoever. Ayun, and also it doesn't help na it doesn't help that you attended a rally and in that rally, they are calling for Duterte panagutin. Enough na po sa mga kuda-kuda. Oras na po para manindigan. Kung gusto ninyo na talagang lumaban para sa katotohanan, lumaban tayo para sa katotohanan. It's not for you to say na, ay hindi yung laban nandito, yung laban. Ang laban po ay laban para sa katotohanan. At it's not for you to say that it can only be done in the House of Representatives or in the Senate. Diba? Both are doing their inquiry. And you are both bound dun sa kanilang invitation. Ngayon, ayaw mo umattend, ba't ayaw mo umattend? Yung mga sinasabi naman niya na revelation is common knowledge na cat's eye siya ng cat's eye, sabi nila. Correct! Actually, yung mga sinasabi niyang mga yon, sinasabi na rin naman natin yan even before I-divulge niya na yung mga pangalan. Lahat ng involved dito sa systematic corruption na to, i-divulge niya na. Yes, walang kwenta ang pabebe like Magalong. Para naman may magagawa si Magalong pag a-attend na siya sa HOR. Si Kong Toby nga halos di makaporma kaya attend siya sa Senate. Correct! So, kaya nga sabi ko, if Vico Soto and Magalong are not going to listen to the Duterte supporters, they're going to lose support among the Duterte supporters. Maraming Duterte supporters ang reasonable. We can see people who are willing to stand for truth. And as time goes by, it looks like these people are just riding the flood control scam in order to gain some brownie points. Ngak-ngak lang na ngak-ngak pero wala namang action. And now that the leadership in the Senate is changed and the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee leadership is also going to change, we expect the change in narrative. I expect na yung change in narrative na to, ito yung mga sasakyan ni Magalong at saka nila Vico Soto. If they're going to talk about flood control project beyond 2022, alam na. Of course, I expect because of the change in leadership, tapos si Ping Lacson ay nandyan, si Tito Soto na ang Senate President, it's going to have an anti-Duterte angle on the flood control project. Even if the President limited the flood control issue from 2022 to 2025, expect that this kabulshitan of Senate, dahil bago na ang Senate presidency at ang they're not going to talk about the time frame under the Bongbong Marcos administration. They'd probably look for different timeline and then make it all about the Dutertes. And ladies and gentlemen, if that is going to be the situation, I think we should not accept it. We should not accept it. And I think it's about time that you think about going to the streets. Kasi wala tayong masosolve eh. If we're gonna go beyond 2022, wala tayong masosolve. There are already 3 fiscal years, 3 national budgets already that should fix whatever mistake that we have during the Duterte time pagdating sa flood control. Policies could have been changed. If we are going to look beyond 2022 flood control project, it is a fishing expedition. Ano lang yan, propagation lang yan ng anti-Duterte narrative. Nothing more, nothing less. It's really not about accountability or whatnot. We only have so much time. At yung time natin, precious. Sa ngayon, ang pinakamadaling mahuli at madaling makita at madaling ma-review are all projects that happened in the past 3 national budgets. Fresh pa yung records niyan eh. Mas madaling i-audit yan kasi supposedly na-complete lang yan ngayong taon, last year at saka the previous year. And if they're going to change the narrative on the flood control and they would want to go beyond 2022, mas mahirap hanapin yan. Tangina. Hahanapin yun ilang taon na yung lumipas, ilang bagyo na yung dumating. Paano nyo makikita yan? Look for the ghost project that are supposed to be completed this year and the previous year and the year before. I am not saying na wag nang anuhin yan, I'm not saying na wag nang tingnan yan. Tingnan natin. Tingnan pa rin if you have time in the future kung ano pa. Pero hindi na yan dapat Blue Ribbon Committee pa. Ang sa panahon ngayon, the Blue Ribbon Committee should be prudent insofar as how it's going to utilize the time and resources, 'di ba? Nilimit na ng presidente into 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, then stick with it. That is if you really want to solve the flood control problem. But of course, syempre, alam naman nating lahat na ayaw nyo naman talaga i-solve ang flood control problem. So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, if they're going to veer away from real pursuit ng accountability and transparency pagdating dito, all of you should be ready to go to the streets and tell these people that hindi natin mapapayagan na hindi natin mapapayagan na hindi nyo i-resolba ang flood control problem. If you're going to make this a Duterte issue, you would not be able to solve the flood control problem. Kung sakaling maitutumba nyo ang mga Duterte, mapapahiya nyo or whatsoever, masmear ninyo, will it solve the flood control problem issue? No. So if they're not going to do a real pursuit on how to solve the flood control problem, you ask yourself, what are you going to do? Gather your friends? It is something that we should all fight for. Momoro-morohin nila to eh. Well, ang usap-usapan sa kaparangan is that there are 2 agenda in the change of leadership in the Senate. The first agenda is to revive the articles of impeachment, to archive the impeachment complaint of Inday Sara, and of course, the second agenda is to entertain the possible change in the Constitution by lowering the age of qualification ng those who wants to run as president. So that is basically, of course, because yellow pinks are not very brilliant in hiding their ambition, 'di ba? Of course, they wanted to open their options and probably make their possible candidate qualify for the 2028 presidential elections.